When William and Kate tie the knot, we'll all be asking ourselves those age-old questions. Are they really in love? And will the marriage last? The best way to answer these questions is to watch out for telltale signs in their body language, especially those unconscious actions that they can't control and which reveal their true feelings. When Charles and Diana announced their engagement, the signs were not promising. Charles failed to adapt his behaviour to Diana's presence. We can see this because if we momentarily remove her from the scene, it doesn't look like anyone is missing. When they're asked if they're in love, Diana responds properly.
Of course.
But Charles offers his famous roundabout answer.
Whatever in love means.
The interviewer offers a more conventional interpretation.
Well, it obviously
means two very happy people.
Charles lowers his eyes and surreptitiously bites his lip. This is a gesture of self-restraint, suggesting that Charles knew that he'd said the wrong thing. Prince Edward and Sophie's engagement interview could not have been more different. When they're asked a question, Sophie glances at Edward, effectively passing the question to him. He starts to answer, then glances at Sophie, offering her an opportunity to take over. Sophie is quick off the mark, and she gives a model answer.
We laugh a lot.
As she does so, she looks at Edward, not only to involve him, but also to check that he approves.
We have a great friendship.
Yeah.
Edward and Sophie are in tune with each other. They form an effective team. There are several things you can spot in a happy and rewarding relationship. One is that the two people are physically and emotionally coordinated, displaying what psychologists call synchrony. When William and Kate were interviewed, their behaviour was reminiscent of Edward and Sophie's. They spent a lot of time looking at each other, checking and involving each other, and generally showing that they care. Watch what happens. When they're asked a question, Kate glances at William, thereby transferring the question to him.
We had a little private time away together.
Kate continues to keep her eyes on William, and moments later, he steals another glance at her. They're clearly thinking of each other. When they take turns to answer a question, William and Kate frequently produce smooth transitions. Kate is answering a question, and William is primed. At the precise moment that she stops speaking,
She's very welcoming.
William takes over, and the same thing happens the other way round. This shows how well they can anticipate each other's action. So what sorts of things should we be watching out for on the big day? How does William place the ring on Kate's finger? Firmly or with tenderness? During their wedding, Edward slipped the ring onto Sophie's finger and then pressed the two outside fingers together, unconsciously making sure that the ring didn't fall off. The last thing we wanted to see are signs of regret, like the one that appeared during Charles and Diana's wedding. Right in the middle of the ceremony, Charles did an eye wipe. This is a classic sign of sadness. What about the famous kiss on the balcony? Will William seek permission, like Charles is reputed to have sought from the Queen, or will he and Kate take things into their own hands? William and Kate's marriage looks promising because their body language shows that they're attentive, supportive, and in sync with each other. This in itself doesn't offer any guarantees, but it does mean that they're better equipped to handle any problems that they may encounter in the years to come.